Well, howdy everyone, Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. How are y'all doing? Standing outside this beautiful, flexible, retro bus. Guys, welcome to downtown Milwaukee. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous tour bus for Miller High Life. That's right, guys, I've been to a few breweries on this channel. This one is a big one. This is an American beer company. It's not Keystone Light or Coors Light. This is Miller. So Miller MGD, Miller Light, Miller High Life. I'm drinking a lot of Miller High Life back in the days. So Diana and I are going to be touring the facility here. It's a 90-minute tour. We bought our tickets online, so you guys get to come in for free with us. And then we'll check out the gift store, and we're gonna get to know how they make beer here in Milwaukee. Thanks for joining me, guys. We'll be uploading this video with some connected internet. Check out the video description below. We rode here on the Harley, probably the coldest ride we've had yet together. Let's go. Did I mention this is a beer tasting tour as well? So we checked in with our IDs, got our wristbands, the Miller Lite wristbands, and there's a tour finishing up right here with one more beer spot on the way out also. So we're about 25 minutes early, which means we get to check out the gift store. And look at the Miller Lite bike. It's even got Miller Lite on the leather saddle there. And a yellow one over here from Miller High Life. Yes, the champagne of beers. And how about those Milwaukee Brewers? They look good. They're doing better than the Mariners are wrapping up the season, but the Brewers look good this season. That's awesome. And so I just cashed in one of my tokens. This is one of the ones that they don't give on the actual tour. This is Hams. I've never had a Hams beer. That is pretty tasty. And by the way, I learned something before the tour even started. Coors Light and like Keystone in Colorado, they own Miller now. So they're the parent company of where we're at right now. That's why there's Coors Light and Keystone stuff in there. Okay, cool. In fact, there it is right there in 2008. I didn't even know it. All right, our tour has begun. We're at the back of the pack here, and we're going to be going to several places, like a 6-block outdoor, and then we're going to be going inside, looking at the brew house and a cave, apparently, and finish up, yeah, and then see the bottling line and see what kind of beer they're brewing and bottling today. The sun is out, but fall is on the way. It is not even 70 degrees today. He is narrating with a little portable microphone up there, but I'll let you know if there's anything interesting. I love the 3D Miller High Life pouring into the bubbles there. 83 acres here at Miller. So we're coming up to the beer bridge right there, which you can kind of see the boxes of beer moving through the bridge. Up until 1991, that was solid steel, and they added the windows so that people going here in the valley could see how much beer they're shipping out. That's cool. So we're walking across the street, and he's talking about the stables. So these stables were for horses back in the day.
Now, they were used where the big wooden doors would open up on the first floor, and they would roll in those big wooden wagons that could handle all those heavy barrels of beer and store them on the first floor. The second floor was where they would stable the horses. They were brought up in this stables building on large ramps. The third floor was always the hayloft, so they could keep those horses fed. Now, we have records of horses being in use here until about 1935 on our campus. We no longer own horses here at the Miller Brewery. By the 1940s, they began to remodel our stables building, and today it's currently used as a modern meeting and event space. Really large open space here on the first floor.
They own an awful lot of property here, just so you know. So that's the old brew house across the street. It says F. Miller up there with the star. That's the old one. We're gonna go into the new one right now. One up some stairs. Thank you. All right, on our way up the brew house here, it is definitely getting warmer in here, and you can smell the spent green. It's weird. Oh yeah, the brew kettles. Look at these. Wow.
First off, I want to congratulate everybody on completing our Miller Brewery Fitness Challenge.
Those brew kettles.
Down on this first floor here, there are 6 large brew kettles. You can see they're marked pretty clearly on top of each kettle, 1 through 6. Now that big vent on top is the steam vent. And each one of those vents has a black oval on it. indicating the brew kettle number, and at the bottom there's another indicator. It says cap 590 BBLS. That lets us know that each brew kettle has the capacity to brew 590 barrels of beer. These are big kettles. They go almost all the way down to the first floor where we started walking up. Now we run 3 shifts of beer brewing out of the brew house each day. So there's first, second, and third shift. And they'll end up getting about 30 to 40% in and out of these kettles in a 24-hour period. With that in mind, we're estimating to brew up to 9 million barrels of beer right out of this brew house in 2025, which makes us Wisconsin's largest brewer. Now, in order to brew all that great beer, we're going to talk about the beer making ingredients, the beer making process. Most important to us, in a great tasting beer is going to be high quality water. If we don't start with great water, we'll never end up with a great tasting beer. Now, we're lucky. We're on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Wisconsin, and we can source our fresh water from the Great Lakes. Comes in through the city of Milwaukee, however, that water, and they have a water purification plant on the lakeshore. Now, we have a great standard for drinking water here. No problems there. The city does a great job cleaning up that water and processing it.
All right, welcome to our historic caves. We're on hallowed ground here, where it all began. The original Plank Road Brewery was started right on this site. We're about to go inside of those caves. I'm going to share all that history with you of the original Plank Road Brewery. Let your eyes adjust. If you have sunglasses on, you probably want to flip them up. It's a bit darker down there. Also, just watch your step. Maybe a few wet spots on the slate floor below. And as we go in and take it right, we're going to treat you to a sample of Miller High Life. At this time, you can follow me down inside the caves.
Free sample start. Ooh. Champagne of beers. Oh. Grab one?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Wow, like the fountain of youth here.
Now he had his own turnkey brewing operation. All he had to do, he was off to the races selling Miller beer for the residents in Milwaukee. His brand of beer sold very well, and as his...
So we just heard from the ghost of Frank Miller on the screen back there. He was telling us about this cave back in the day. Before refrigeration, this cave could store 12,000 barrels of beer. And that was really important because it does still get warm up here in Wisconsin. But once refrigeration came, they don't use these caves anymore. So a lot of history here in this cave. Oh, look at this room. Look at the chandeliers on the roof. Fancy. It's got that Bavarian German feel to it. Like, this is our bathroom break too. I think I'm gonna go use it. Next one is Blue Moon, Belgian beer.
They lived on site, so they took over the second floor bar areas as their living quarters. They covered up the bowling lanes for the first time with a wood plank floor and sectioned off small.
Also here in the sampling room, they've got some really cool beer tab handles. Like this one looks like a dart, and the guitar there, and the cactus here. I've always wanted to have one of these like used ones. I don't even know what I would do with it. I would just probably display it somewhere in the bus on the wall or something, you know? But yeah, look at that. NASCAR, football, golf, basketball. Yep. So Keystone is not brewed here. That's why they're not promoting Keystone a whole lot. They're for like Coors Light is their most selling beer, and that's the one that they actually brew the most here. Coors Light, but not Keystone here. All right, we're back outside. Here's my dream job: quality control for beer. That would be that would be my ideal job after I quit YouTube. So, what'd you think of the Blue Moon drink?
It was good. Yeah, I like the Blue Moon.
It's tasty, yeah. They got a lot of different flavors here. I'll give them that. Shout out to my buddy Wayne. I think he's in Arizona still. He's a MGD Miller kind of guy. He would have liked this place a lot.
He would have.
Yeah. On top here, you can see the girl with the moon and holding the beer there. That's for Miller High Life and
Lady in the Moon.
the Lady in the Moon. They just shared the story of a 1903 camping trip here in Wisconsin. Frank Miller got a little too drunk at the campfire, lost his way, and ran out of beer, or don't know how many beers they drank. And in his vision, he saw that woman holding the beer out in the moonlight and the stars.
What a dream!
And so that just stuck with the Miller High Life bottle. That's awesome. And as we go into our next building, they still use the railroad here. So They ship beer, and they get barley from the Yakima Valley in the Pacific Northwest on the rail. So this rail line is heavily still used today here at Miller. Going into another building.
All right, welcome to our South packaging plant. Now we're going to start here on this side by watching a short video. That's going to happen from 10 televisions that are going to drop from the ceiling.
So the bottles going down there.
Away from the windows and please look up.
Yeah, look at all the Coors Light going on the belt there. Hook that right up to the RV. We're going to follow it on down here. It's awesome. So we learned something about being up here also, that MGD and what was the other one? And MGD 64, both of those are bottled, and they're the only beers that are bottled without pasteurization. Otherwise, every other beer has pasteurization, so it can last longer on the shelves. So, I don't know, that's kind of actually pretty cool. Now we're going inside here. We are really behind the scenes too. This is a monster bottling company here in Milwaukee. Wow, that's impressive. Huh. It's really neat being behind the scenes. Kind of loud in here. Oh yeah, Keystone Light. Yeah. It's like some Blue Moon over there. Yeah, pallets of Blue Moon. So they got all their forklifts down here, so they can just wheel these finished shrink-wrapped pallets right onto the truck. Heck yeah. All right, our tour is coming to an end. We're going to skip the main entrance. We're going in the VIP entrance over here for one more sample. A sample of our choice at the bar that we started at. And then we need to go to the gift store and see what they got in there. Fun tour. I think we both learned a lot about the brewing process and just everything. I mean, I've never been much of a Miller guy, but I think I have a lot more respect for it now that I've learned so much. And they're partners with Coors, so Keystone, you know. What'd you get, hon? Happy Thursday?
Yeah.
Seltzer?
And it has no bubbles. I like
Oh, it's
no
a
bubbles.
spiked mango passion fruit. Okay.
Mango passion fruit. Cheers.
Cheers. I went with the actual Miller Lite.
Oh,
I guess that's the Coors Light
Signature
version.
one?
Yeah, like their most selling of the Miller brands, and non-pasteurized. So like the draft beer that you get in the bar is non-pasteurized. But now that I know that some Miller cans and bottles are non-pasteurized, that's more fresh, right?
You want to taste this one?
Yeah.
Now remember, it has no bubbles. It tastes like an iced tea.
Oh yeah. That's not bad.
I like it.
That's not bad at all. Good pick. Also, in the bottling room we're at, I forgot to mention, it's interesting. So they do bottles and they do cans there, and they fill kegs there. And so their national distribution is 60% cans, 30% glass bottles, and then the other 10% is the kegs. That's how it's distributed. Interesting. All right, here's the gift store. Lots of Miller Lite stuff, lots of t-shirts. But now that I know all the different stuff they have, like hams, they actually bought the recipe for hams, and they just got it. So they brew that here. There we go. Here's some Coors Light stuff. Some t-shirts. I really like the t-shirt with the red sides on it. Some jerseys and stuff. Oh, they even sell beer signs here for a lot of their beers. Oh, they don't have it lit, but the hams one with the bear. How much is that? $170 for that Miller Lite there. Oh, wait a minute. Are they selling beer taps handles? Yeah, $75 for the. Oh my God! They have one Coors left. Oh, that is cool. $60. So actually, that says Summer Tap. Coors Light Summer Tap. Yeah, that's it. So that's the summer one that they're retiring. I think once they sell them, they take them down. So these are the only ones they have left. Oh, there's the hams. Today was my first hams, though. I really want to get this and put it in the bus. Should I, guys? Should I do it? They do have patches here. Ooh, they have a couple different ones. I like that one. And a bunch of magnets. I mean, I almost have to get the... You know what? No, I'm going to get the actual brewery tour one. for this place. Even though I'm a Coors Light, I'm gonna get that. Okay. Well, I got the last one, guys. So these are the ones that they ship to the distributors, and this is this summer, 2025, a brand new one. So what I got to do is I got to go to Home Depot, and I got to find this thread pattern. I'll just twist it in there until I find the right one. We'll find a way to mount it somewhere. I like it. I manifested that because I was saying that on the tour today. I really want one of those, and they had them. All right, we made it. The home of Harley Davidson. If you own a Harley Davidson, you know about this area. We're actually a little bit farther away from the original store. This is the museum location. This is what they're calling the original area, but we are not at the actual store. It's 35 miles east. We're gonna get a bite to eat here and then go get a t-shirt. There is also a museum. I'm not gonna go in the museum today, but you know, I understand that is the museum. We're actually gonna head over to the Motor Bar and Restaurant here first, because it's way past our lunchtime and past your intermittent fasting time. So, yeah, Motor Bar and Restaurant. See what they got in here. All right, we got a seat in here in the restaurant. We've been actually craving Bavarian pretzels for a while. We tried to order some at the last Harvest Host we're at, and they ran out. So we got beer cheese there, and another, I don't know what that one is there.
Mustard, honey, something.
Oh my gosh, this smells so good, guys. So good. Oh, wow, thank you.
Exactly.
That's a lot of mac and cheese with pulled pork. Look at how big that plate is. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, let's see how the pretzel is first. Oh my gosh. It is so good. I've really been wanting pretzel. Good call. Well, our little dinner snack was scrumptious. So yeah, they're doing Bike Week. Bike Week is Thursdays here, so they're doing that tonight starting at 7. They're gonna have live music out here and everything, but we got to get back to the kiddies, and I need to show you where we're at, this neat Harvest Host. We're between Milwaukee and Chicago, Illinois. But first, I need to get a t-shirt before we go. We want to try to beat traffic too. Because we've already
Drivers here suck.
We already had a close call. So now you get to know what it's like. Yeah. Well, it's a pretty modern store. Wow. A little different. They have package deals here with the museum hat and t-shirts and stuff. But I just need a Milwaukee. Is that a Softail Slim? That's a Softail. Wow, that must be the newest Softail Slim. It's like, is it purple? It is. It's got like a purple shade. So this is not the right store. This is just another merchandise store, but this is not the dealer store. Dealer store is across the street, where I can get my Dealer Wisconsin collectible shirt. My 79th Harley shirt. Yeah.
79?
I know.
Holy!
I know.
What's your goal? 100?
No, I'll just buy another bus to hold it all. Yeah, this store has what I'm looking for. The dealer style shirts. The one that say. There's the Harley Davidson Museum shirt there. A couple other ones. This one says Milwaukee. That's kind of cool with the yellow. Fun day. Good ride. Good all-day ride for us. I got to put the bike away because Diane and I are leaving in the morning. But yeah, we're camping at another Harvest Host, another brewery actually. This is Last Ditch Brewery in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Just a stone's throw away from probably Illinois. Yeah, Illinois. And they got a community garden. We are right next to the highway. I think it's Highway 43, Interstate 43. They got outdoor stuff. They got indoor stuff. Good craft beers. Diana and I last night had pulled pork sandwich and baked beans and tried a few of their different beers. Really, really tasty craft beers. Yeah, Diana's picky because she's not a beer drinker usually. She did try some beers today at Miller, but she's more of a seltzer or cocktail drink type of gal. So she's a picky one, but this stuff here we both enjoy. So yeah, we'll get some more brewskis. I'll feed the kitties. put the motorcycle away, and then start heading down. I'm probably going to expedite my trip back to the bus now. I do want to make a couple stops, see some friends along the way, but going to be doing a little bit more driving than on our route up here, taking our time. We'll see. But yeah, I think Diane and I both decided we want to take like a 1 hour nap before we start the second half of our night here. Naps, yeah. We are nap people now. Yeah.